board meeting is
really
heavy.
fun.
Liquid O2, Alan. Exactly. Yeah.
Are we, like we were there, and now we're not?
We are very, very close.
Okay.
I had a really good day today though. I had a preschool look at me and she's just like caressing my head and like, you look just like Elsa.
Oh no,
Okay, that's
Mr.
recording.
Butts has changed his
Don't
background.
give me a
Now it
no
looks
no
very
at this
official.
point, that's not good.
Now he looks like Is the problem we're just not connected to the television?
That's the last thing I gotta do right now.
If we're recording, I'm recording this now.
That's
Would
okay.
we be okay to start, or does this have to be good to go before we can start?
This is, okay, Chico just joined, great. Chico's the guy who knows literally everything about this.
Oh,
Tech support.
oh, I was like, who's Chico?
Okay. And are we recording our whole discussion? Not that we were discussing
No,
anything.
no, you were not, don't worry.
Oh, I was
I
recording.
want it on the record that I look like Elsa.
Okay, that should be on the record.
Michael, the volume's
That's
going
why it
in and
looks
out
like
for
Elsa.
you.
Um,
Can you hear us,
Mr. Bud
Michael?
says the volume is going in and out.
But there's,
Michael, can you hear us?
that's okay, so
No, you're muted right now.
Okay, so we can't
Oh,
hear
that's
us.
probably why. You can
Yeah.
just text them and say we're muted. And I think we've been going in and out of too.
Oh, there we go.
No, that's because I've been muting and
Like some
unmuting.
snatch.
But it's good to know audio's
Yeah,
working,
I
so
I like that.
And like water
Retro.
that's good.
They're retro.
Yes, they're pink, purple, and teal,
Nice.
waterproof and insulated.
And they're
I mean,
Vans. Retro.
can't get better.
We're going retro, man.
And they're comfy and practical.
You know, I don't judge people's shoes. Look what I
With
wear.
amazing traction.
Wow,
I know.
$80. You really found, really hit the money on that one.
I did.
I'm gonna have to leave a little early. Got a
Yeah.
kid out
Okay.
and about. Nicole has been doing speech
Oh, cool. Like debate?
and debate. Well, she's not doing the debate though, she's just doing the speech part.
Oh,
Well, that's cool. That's a
She's
step.
been reading poetry, but she's my, you know.
is this your
she's the
poetry? Is
shyest
she doing
person in the
poetry out?
house.
Is she doing poetry out loud? Because we
Out
have our
loud.
contest on Valentine's Day, and I get to be this. Me and my buddy are the score keepers, and it's like my favorite event of the entire year. All these kids stand up, like 30 kids, one after the other, like speak
They do it
poetry to
right.
everyone.
Love poems.
They can do love poems, they can do whatever they want, but then we always do it on Valentine's Day.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nice.
And
awesome.
like we do it, yeah, and it's awesome. And then we
Yeah.
send our kids off to Montpelier to compete. The top winner gets to go.
Oh.
We love it. It's like the best thing ever. Poetry out loud.
Alright, yeah, hi Chico.
I can't.
Okay.
Hey, Chico. What's our agenda for tonight?
Oh, no,
Who's
the
Chico?
sound quality is short.
Who's Chico?
Dukes of Hazzards and that.
Yeah.
I don't know, these cookies are really good.
Well, no, not like the Bay TV, I mean, it's 1075.
Here. Yeah. They made them at school.
Yeah.
Last week, one of our food service staff, her husband passed away, it was really sad, but then it was like, I actually had to cook lunch. I was like, you guys are dire straits of this. The farthest school ladies in
What'd you
charge.
make for
It was pizza Friday.
Oh, thank
I
God.
totally pulled it off.
I bet you did. I bet you also
Although,
did.
I put tomatoes in the salad, and this kid's like, why are there tomatoes in here? And I'm like, because it's a salad.
What else do you put tomatoes in?
She obviously doesn't put tomatoes
I
on.
think I understand that.
Okay, yeah, it
So what did you put in the salad? Lettuce?
Lettuce and cucumbers. Croutons. She
That's
knows,
not a salad.
tomatoes.
she knows her kids.
Yeah, that's fine.
We need green pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, but I got the taste of, I want cheese.
Yeah, no, it's good.
How about, I would like some cheese pizza, please. I held up the line with politeness.
Well, so I have snacks in my room. I like solicit parents for donations and for monetary donations for snacks. And like, no joke, like I probably go through like 60 to 80 snacks a day.
Yeah.
Kids come and like we are talking like 14 through 18-year-olds. Like it all started out with like, Miss Veneta, snacks. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
So now it's like, hey, Miss Veneta, how are you? I'm great, thank you. Can I have a snack, please? Yes. So we're doing it.
Yeah.
If nothing else,
Teaching.
we're I might not be teaching
Thriving
math,
with
but I'm
food seems to be
teaching.
a.
We're actually trying to open a food shelf at the high school.
Alright, I think we're good.
Kids are hungry.
Michael,
Alright,
Beth,
that's
Kelly,
not
can you
good.
hear us?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Michael, Beth, Kelly, you can hear us?
Yay.
Okay, I believe we are good to go.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna call this meeting to order at 7:21. This is our regular, Tuesday Hartland School Board meeting, a little delayed because of other meetings in the building, and a little delayed due to technical difficulties, so, but we're here now and we're gonna get through this agenda. So, first thing would be any changes or additions to the agenda? No? Okay.
Do we have an executive session scheduled?
I don't think not.
I was wondering, would it be worthwhile to have one to talk a little bit about Heather's email, which would be a confidential student matter
Okay.
for the purpose of the
Yeah.
executive session?
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good. Yeah. Okay. So we will have an executive session to discuss the student matter. So I'll move on to approval of the minutes, and we have 2 minutes to approve. We have January 3rd, which was our regular meeting, and then January 12th, which was our special meeting to approve the budget. And you gonna make a motion?
Sarah, you're gonna make all the motions.
I
Sarah.
get to make all the motions
I'm
last
making all the
time,
motions
right.
every time.
I move we approve both of those draft minutes.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, Colleen seconds. So the motion was made by Sarah, seconded by Colleen. Any discussion?
I just wasn't here on the 3rd, so I need to abstain on that one.
Okay. So we'll vote for them separately. Okay, so first we're gonna approve the minutes of January 3rd, 2023. And we're all here, so I don't have to do a roll call. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Oh.
Abstain.
And Beth will abstain. All those opposed? Nothing, so that's 4 ayes, no opposed, and 1 abstention. Go to January 12th. So all those in favor of approving the January 12th, 2023 minutes, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Abstentions? Okay, those were approved 5-0. Public participation and announcements. Anybody? I would like to thank Emily or whoever else made these
Yes,
in the
good
kitchen,
cookies.
because they
Thank you,
are
Emily.
amazing.
They're really good.
So, thank you to our kitchen.
And I would also like to do just like a massive shout out for these winter activities. I know we shouted out last time, but I'm gonna like re-shout out like just the smile. Like both my children are doing the skiing, and the smiles on all of the kids' faces who have never skied before and have like after the first day they're like flying down the mountain better than I do, and it's really really beautiful. And I tell everyone about like how the school works so hard to get everyone ski passes and the kids who are swimming, everything just like, and everyone's like, seriously, that's amazing. And I was like, yes, it is. So whoever put that together, thank you, because it's a gift. It's really a gift. So I appreciate it from the parents' point of view completely. Thank you.
We appreciate our community for
supporting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
And,
should.
good
It's
point.
beautiful. It's beautiful to see.
And we're raising Vermonters. That's the whole point. Because if Vermonters don't know how to go outside, we won't keep them in Vermont.
That's right.
So,
And I will just say publicly, thank you to Sarah for her time with
Oh,
us in the
thank you.
school board.
Thank you,
Yes.
Beth.
And
Well,
you will
you-
be
it's-
missed.
It's been a pleasure, and you're all wonderful. And this school is so special to me. So it's been fun, and I'll still be around. Don't worry.
Yeah. We're not letting you go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere.
Okay, is that it for public participation announcements? Okay. so we'll move on to the administrative report.
Will do. Alright. There we go. Should be good to go. So I started with, speaking of winter activities, there's the adorable little skier right there in the middle, Weston, he's wonderful. And then the photo on the right is some of the games, so there's some in-house things happening as well. It's not just the ones out of the building. There's some really great in-house stuff happening too. Some baking, some game playing, some arts. It's just it's really, really wonderful. And a little bit more, some swimming there on the right-hand side. And then some other great stuff happening within our classrooms. So thought we'd have some nice pictures. And then Beth, would you like me to turn it over to you for our compost presentation?
Sure.
Okay. Do you want me to keep?
Yeah, it would be great if you could move the slides for me, maybe.
Happily.
Can you make
Yep.
it the spot?
Is that all right?
We don't need, yeah, that's great, thank you.
But what I need to do is stop sharing this one and share this
Oh
one.
my, hello, Beth.
Then you got very.
Sorry. 1 second, Beth.
We can see
working on
those
it.
windows really clearly now.
And there we go, Beth. When you give me the A-OK,
Yes.
Okay.
we'll go.
Trying to like.
It's great.
I'm good. Okay. So this is just a really brief overview of the compost project that the sixth grade has taken on for the whole school. Started last year with the last year sixth grade built the compost shed as their IDL project. And so it was our big idea was to create a program that would be sustainable, that would eventually affect the whole school, and then our our farm to school program, which is why Kelly is here as well, because she's been a huge part of this. And that adorable little boy in that picture is her grandson. Yeah, so next slide, please. So just a brief background. This is this current year's sixth grade. They've been tasked with coming up with a process where we can collect all of the food scraps from certain points within the school. And Kelly worked really hard to help coordinate like how the bins are processed and brought to the Slate foyer. And then we have a team of sixth graders that is a team of 3 that changes every week. And they go out there at about 1:05, which is after the last lunch, with a grown-up, and they do a lot of work. And so this is just this is one of the week's teams. This is a couple of weeks ago, doing a thing. And you can see on the structure, there's a sign for the class of 2024, because that was their big last year. Slide, please. So what they do at 1:05 is one person has a Chromebook, which you can see in that picture, and the other 2 people, they weigh the food scraps. We have a tally by class or by grade, so we can keep data on which grades are creating the most food scraps. They take that data, they put it into a spreadsheet, which you're going to see in a minute. They follow the recipe that Kelly provided to know how much manure they need to add, how much shavings they need to add, and then they take the temperature, they do a squeeze test, they do a lot of data collection and turning it if necessary. So next slide, please. So this is a screenshot of, there's 2 pieces of this screenshot. It was too big to fit on one slide, but this is like the first half of what they do. Some of the tasks are weekly and some are daily, because we found that it was taking them like 40 minutes to do everything, which is unfortunately, it's also during our core instruction time. So we had to figure out how to like finagle them being out of class and doing this important work, and not missing anything. So we kind of streamlined it a little bit, and some of the tasks are now just once a week and some every day. So you can see left to right, they take the temperature in different places in the compost. They do a squeeze test, which some kids really enjoy because it's gross. Next slide, please, Lindsay. And this is the second part of it. So they make notes about observations like does it need water? Is the temperature gaining the way it should? There's a formula I put into the spreadsheet so that they just have to add the pounds for each grade level. There's a lettered bin, which is what A through G is. And then there's a formula in the spreadsheet that will total it for them. I debated about having them do it, and I thought, it's really kind of important that it's right. So, and it just makes it easier when they're out there in the cold. And then they make observations and yeah. And next slide, please. So things that we've noticed. This is information from Kelly, so thank you. It's about an average of 55 to 65 pounds of food scraps each day. During winter activities on half days and like today, we don't compost because there just isn't time for the sixth graders to go out and do the jobs. So we'll pick it up again on Thursday. Last temperature reading was about 116, so it's well on its way. And yeah, next slide, please. And then the next bit of this, our big vision is that this is a sixth grade project because it started with sixth grade and it's gone through the process as sixth graders are doing it. So the hope is that next year, as sixth grade is absorbed into the middle school, that it becomes a middle school project organized by the sixth graders. And it's a pretty finely tuned machine. We're getting there, so it's pretty easy now. So it'll be easy to hand it off. And we were hoping that we could train so the incoming sixth graders, the current sixth graders, could teach them about what we're doing. And that was my husband. And show them how the data works and what the science is behind it. And that eventually that they can see that the compost is going into our school gardens, which is how, Kelly can tie it all together with the farm to school program and use some of that produce for the kitchen. So it's been a project a long time in the works, and we're really excited that it's happening. And it took a lot of organization with the kitchen and Kelly and IDL and now it's an everyday thing, which is fabulous. So Kelly is really the expert on the science behind all of this because this is what she does at her farm, and she's educated me along with the kids. So she would be. I don't want to put you on the spot, Kel, but if you have anything to add, that would be great.
The bedding that we're using right now is coming from the high school for the savings, and then we're bringing. I'm bringing in manure right now in the back of my car in buckets. So we're hoping to work on that piece a little bit. But right now it's freezing. It freezes pretty easy, so it's easier for me to bring it in a little bit at a time.
Oh, and I think there's one more slide, maybe.
Oh, yes,
I
there
think.
is.
Yeah, only because so John Samuel, this was last week.
Yeah.
He went in and he turned the whole thing so that we could see it, and you can see the steam coming out. So it's definitely heating up, and we were all out there watching it and looking at the process.
My grandson loves it. He would like to get out of class to do it because he really would rather not be in class. But
yeah, it's a really cool project, and it hits a lot of different things. And it's going to be great for the school in years to come. Hopefully, the kids are talking about getting goats. They want goats, so because they think that's going to be part of the.
Yeah.
So
give us
How about some sheep?
we
chickens
want to.
too.
Yeah, we
They
went
want
to Bedford to learn about their program, and they had goats. So our sixth graders they were very excited about the goats. But first things first.
There we go. I have a question. So there's a lot of people in our community, like me, who have a compost bin but don't know how to use it. And I'm wondering if the 6th grade might be willing to make a community video to teach us how to use our compost bins.
I would
Yeah.
love one.
I mean, I think that'd be a great, not to put Kelly in the spot, but here you go.
No, I don't
Kelly is
I don't
the,
want it to be
Kelly's
Kelly's
like the master at this.
Yeah.
Well,
It would
I
be
think
cool.
I think the big thing is that, and we do, Vermont Compost used to have a plot on our land, and so we still have it. And I know this sounds morbid, but it's where we compost animals that have died, and so I think sometimes we don't, because it's we're so big scale, and this project is bigger scale, that it's something that I'm very willing to work with the kids on, and to get more knowledge about that.
I feel like
So that would be fun.
the ratios and understanding that you need to add stuff that's not just your vegetable scraps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how to do all that.
Public service.
Yeah, we used to have like dairy products shipped in that would go into when Vermont Compost was using our land for it. They would have horse manure and cow manure and shavings and, like I said, food waste and all kinds of things brought in, and then they would turn it, with a tractor. So that kind of thing is, and that's something we're still working on with this compost, is trying to get the brown matter and all that stuff balanced out. And we aren't there yet, but we're still working on it.
And another goal is that we'll hopefully keep kids aware of how much food they're wasting. So starting in March, we're going to have a contest in place for the grade that has the least food scraps by weight. So we don't know what the prize is going to be. We have to talk to Lindsay about that. But
Compost. A
raise,
compost size.
raise awareness of what they're doing.
Is the kitchen composting too?
No, not at this point. Craig has decided not to be a part of it yet. It's just the students. So the only thing that's not going into it is the kitchen food scraps from like their vegetables and that kind of stuff.
And I think the compost has gotten cleaner too. I mean, the food scraps.
Oh, the food scraps are much cleaner.
In the beginning, it was a real learning curve, and the kids have gotten a lot better about knowing what goes in and what can't go in. So,
but you're not separating like dairy and meat, right? You're doing all of it.
No, everything goes in.
No, I meant like trash and plastic.
Yeah. Ketchup packets.
Milk containers and stuff.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Wrapped up cheese sticks. That's the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys for your work on that.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Really cool.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for the kids to putting it together.
That's great.
All right. I will read. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was fun, the geography fair.
Oh,
I had such a great
yes.
breakfast that day.
Yep.
It was amazing.
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
goodness,
realized
these kids.
I share a slide
They
or a
cooked.
screen, and then I realized I need to share the different screen.
It was so good.
Yeah,
just
it
heard
was
about the
great.
food. I
So the
didn't
next
realize it was
slide,
there.
once I can
So they each
pull it up.
partners picked countries and they made food from different countries, and some of them were really, really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were
Those
great.
Swedish waffles.
It was a very hard project, but it came together very well.
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to Kelly and the other, because there was so much. I know, like my child had a deep fat frying recipe, and a lot of the recipes were very labor intensive and required a lot of oversight. I think. And I can't even imagine how you put it all together. So kudos, Kelly.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, it was a very big learning experience for me also, because I didn't realize how complicated some of these were going to be. So in the future, I will take a look at the recipes a little bit closer. I did wake up at 4:00 in the morning to make something that had burnt for somebody. So I felt really bad for him. So I got up and made it. So yeah, I learned a lot too.
Thank you. Thanks, Cal. So our 7th graders did a geography fair And this was the directions for the work and the standards that went along with what the students did. And here was a few, there we go. They're working on cooking. This was probably the labor-intensive work you're talking about, Kelly.
The hallway smells so good.
They did, it was great, doing some more cooking. And then there should be some, there we go, some photos of the fair in action. It was wonderful to see families come. Christine and Angie